Hey y'all, this is a really sad story, but I think it's something that's got to be talked about. This man here is 50-year-old Jared Powell. He was a homeless man who lives in New York City. He has recently been charged with second-degree murder, hate crimes, and felony assault. He attacked a man by the name of Yayo Pan Ma, if I got that correct. He was a 61-year-old Chinese immigrant. He, his wife, and his two children came to the United States for a better life in October of 2018. He worked in a restaurant. When COVID hit, he lost his job. His wife lost her job, and she was a healthcare worker. And they used to collect returnable bottles and cans and recycle them for extra money for food. Excuse me. Well, Jared attacked him in August of 2021 on the streets in East Harlem, New York. And he beat this man and stomped on his head. And he ended up with brain damage and facial fractures. He never regained consciousness. He passed away New Year's Eve. And now Jared Powell is looking at murder charges. And there's some things that you should know about Jared Powell. From 1998 to 2020, he was arrested 16 times and had the cops called on him 33 other times. In 1998, he had kidnapped a 23-year-old woman out of her home or apartment, assaulted her, and he went to jail, of course. In 2006, he was arrested for assault at a bus terminal in Manhattan. He had beat someone there. In 2006, he was sent to Rikers Island and assaulted another inmate. Powell had told the police that Ma had robbed him the day before. The family spokesperson said that's not true, that they have never met. You know, there's a lot of racism still in America, and I'm going to say something very controversial, and I hope you don't beat me up for it. But I think it needs to be said. All these different groups, Protect Asians, Black Lives Matter, etc., etc. All these groups that, in my opinion, create more segregation than anything. We are all people. We're all the same. We all bleed red. And instead of saying, my life is more important than your life, we should be saying, we are all valued. Every person in the world matters and counts and should be valued. And when we raise our little children to hate white people, hate black people, hate Asian people, to hate Native American people, whatever, we are part of the problem. And we, as adults, need to be a better example for the youth, because our youth is already in trouble, in my opinion. This should have never happened. This should have never happened.